Living in Southwest Florida, we're used to being greeted with a little taste of paradise every day. But just a few miles off of Pine Island, there's a place so pristine, so pure, that only God's hands could have created. It's a stroke of genius on God's masterpiece called Useppa.
We board Wings to Fly, which is a 25-foot world cat, and I'm her captain.
Kathy Eagle calls Useppa home, and for anyone who steps foot on the island, it immediately becomes a getaway.
And then I'll come back for the water.
Kathy has been opening her doors and hearts for a spiritual escape called an Island Day of Reflection. To get there, visitors must go by boat.
It's about a 20 to 30-minute ride, depending on how many dolphins we encounter on the way. People get on the boat and they just immediately relax and begin to feel God's presence and the dolphins, the birds, the water. It's what God has given us to show off, I guess.
After wind whips through your hair and the sun has kissed your face, guests arrive at the serene island.
The history on Useppa dates back 10,000 years to the Calusa Indians. So there's a great deal of history and spirituality, native spirituality here, that is very important to the island.
After a reading of the 104th Psalm, you'll then stretch your legs and head out for a walking tour.
It just sets the pace for a day of reflection, reflecting on God's goodness.
It's an awe-inspiring island. The flowers seem to be a little brighter, shells a little bit bigger. It's nature at its best.
Orchids and tortoises and butterflies, lizards, just soaking it up.
The views are breathtaking. But beneath that, there's one thing Kathy doesn't want you to miss.
Look to see what God might have to show you in nature or in a sound, in the face of a passerby, in the voice of a child, something special that God has for you today. We talk about the slow work of God and how we always want to rush to get somewhere. But we often feel uncomfortable or unfinished, and it's okay to feel that because God is still working, and to trust in that slow work of God. In our fast-paced world, I want people to be able to model this, to experience how they can be still, and to take this experience back to the mainland with them and draw from it in their time of need, and to say, ah.
And while you may leave with a priceless gift, you also leave your footprints on the island.
I'm trusting that God is bringing the people here who He wants here, who He's building up for ministry.
In your word night and day.